Win your mini-leagues with fantasyfootballfix.com. Track the world's best FPL managers live using the most advanced team reveal tool available. The team reveal managers have over 80 top 10k finishers between them. Receive push notifications the second they make a transfer. Set up a free account today with the link in the video description. A disappointing score of 44 points in Gameweek 2 has seen a huge drop down from 215k to 1.1 million. Swapping in Matt Turner proved futile after he only matched Andre Onana's 2-point return, beaten by Gustavo Hamer's stunning strike from range. Nottingham Forest conceded just 0.57 expected goals, with only Brentford and Man City faring better. No defender took more touches in the box in Gameweek 2 than Pervis Estupiñán, who continued his fantastic start with a goal and assist against Wolves. But Gabriel was again left out of the 11 as Arsenal beat Crystal Palace 2-0. Converting from the spot for a second week running, Brian Mbeumo found the only points in an underwhelming midfield, where Bruno Fernandes failed to score from a leading tally of 6 shots, and Bukayo Saka inexplicably gave up a penalty to Martin Odegaard. Erling Haaland couldn't convert any of his 4 goal attempts against Newcastle, while Joao Pedro was dropped to the bench despite a debut goal last week. So let's move swiftly on to the transfer plans for Gameweek 3. A defender transfer has to be made, with John Stones suffering an injury setback that will rule him out until after the international break, and Gabriel continuing to be used sparingly by Mikel Arteta. It's tricky to decide who to sell first, with both set to drop in price tonight. Tomiyasu's sending off will again force changes to Arsenal's backline, while Zinchenko's return to fitness gives them the option of inverting from the left side, which may benefit Gabriel. So my feeling is to prioritise selling the injured John Stones. In terms of replacements, given that this player will essentially become my third defender, I don't think I can afford to gamble on Malo Gusto. The safe choice is with Rico Henry, who has great fixtures up until Gameweek 8, including home ties with Crystal Palace, Bournemouth and Everton in the next 4. Brentford ranked 3rd best for expected goals conceded across the opening 2 gameweeks. Joao Pedro is also on the chopping block, with uncertainty over his minutes going forwards. Brighton's fixtures toughen up as well, with Newcastle and Man United to come in the next 3 gameweeks. Julian Alvarez is an option I like, and he's more proven than Nicolas Jackson with 10 Premier League goals to his name since arriving last season. But I've got my eye on a potential move for Phil Foden in Gameweek 4, and I'm not overly keen on doubling up, given Pep Guardiola's reputation for rotating. So I'm going to stick with the plan and bring in Nicolas Jackson. Despite blanks in the opening 2 gameweeks, he ranks 3rd among forwards for expected goals, only behind Neil Maupay and Yohan Wissa. So Stones and Joao Pedro to Henry and Jackson is the plan, with 2 free transfers, and here's how the team is set to line up. Andre Onana is reinstated between the sticks ahead of a visit from Nottingham Forest. They've averaged a little over 1 expected goals per game this season, with only Fulham, Sheffield United and Burnley faring worse. I won't be risking a 3rd successive cameo for Gabriel. He moves to the bench to accommodate potential new signing Rico Henry. Pervis Estupiñán has produced leading tallies of 5 shots and 8 attempted assists this season among defenders. Lining up in a left wing role, Ben Chilwell ranks 2nd only to the Brighton left back for expected goal involvements. Luton managed just 5 shots in open play against the Seagulls in Gameweek 1. No side have averaged fewer per game so far. Marcus Rashford has missed 2 big chances so far and looks devoid of confidence. Both he and Bruno Fernandes are fortunate to stay another week, and it's mainly down to having other fires to put out. The Portuguese playmaker has, however, contributed 1.3 expected assists in the opening 2 gameweeks, a leading figure among midfielders. Nottingham Forest conceded a league-high 44 goals in away matches last season. Losing penalty duties on a permanent basis would be a blow to Bukayo Saka's long-term appeal. Arteta said after the game it was a decision taken by the players on the pitch. Nevertheless, he's produced team-leading tallies of 6 open play shots, 5 attempted assists and 18 touches in the opposition penalty box. Gabriel Martinelli hasn't had as much joy, with just 2 shots and 3 attempted assists over the opening 2 matches, but a meeting at home with Fulham earns him at least another week. The Cottagers have conceded a league-high 6.1 expected goals this season. Nicolas Jackson is looking to get off the mark against Luton, having missed 3 big chances in his first outing at Stamford Bridge. Only Haaland, Wissa and Edouard have attempted more than his 6 shots in the box this season. The Hatters gave up 27 shots and 4.2 expected goals in their opening match with Brighton. Erling Haaland faces a Sheffield United side that have allowed 40 shots in their opening matches with Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace. Only Bournemouth have faced more attempts so far. Man City averaged 2.8 goals per game against the bottom 3 sides last season, with only Liverpool and Spurs faring better. So the Norwegian has to be considered favourite for captaincy once again.